Welcome to In the Box Seat. I'm Ray Fewings. Our special guest in the show later on is Doug Frith, and he's a trainer that's been around for a while, and there's a most unusual story about Doug Frith, so stay tuned to In the Box Seat right to the very end. The other thing I should comment about, a bit of a buzz in greyhound circles last week when Peter Jovanovic drew 6 box ones last Thursday night, and the tom-toms were beating. There were smoke signals all over the place, and people were saying, well, how could you get so lucky as to draw 6 box ones? Someone said to me, sometimes box one doesn't always work, particularly if you've got slow beginners. Well, I can now report that Pete had no winners from his 6 box ones last Thursday night. So those people who always worry about the box draw, sometimes box one's not going to get you there regardless. Coming up, we've got the Macro Meet Sapphire in Melbourne. That's the Sapphire Crown. That's the big national event. Locally, we've got the 2011 Stayers Cup. Heats are on June the 2nd, and the final is worth $7,000. And, of course, that's on the 9th of June here at Angle Park. As far as this week is concerned, Wednesday here at Angle Park, a couple of standouts there from our tipsters. Race 1, number 1, Megastar Supreme. It's been placed 15 of 21 starts here at Angle Park. Been off the scene for a while, but is back again, and looks to be a real good live chance. I'm tipping against it, though, I'll tell you in a moment. And our tipsters are also going for race 6, number 5, Dunk Bale. He's a giant of a dog. He broke through for an overdue win at Gawler last start. His record at Angle Park, not quite as good as Gawler. He's a bit slow early and he gets back, but he does have a very powerful finish. Now, the Honey's hot tips for Thursday night. Race 1, number 5, Lectra Ling. Won 3 out of its last 4 here at Angle Park. Finishes the races off very, very well and is a very, very promising greyhound. They think it can go on winning, and as a result in race 1, the Honey's first 4 is 5, 2, 1 and 7. And then they back up in race 2 with number 8, Elevate. Elevate is a powerful finisher and been racing most consistently at Angle Park, and the Honeys think that Elevate can get the money. They've made it 8-2-1-6 for their first 4. Now, coming up this weekend, on Saturday, there's a Barmera Day meeting. On Sunday, there's the GOTBA Virginia coursing. There's also a Mount Gambier matinee, and if you're a bit starved of a bet after all that, you can go down the Strath for the Twilight this coming Sunday. Now, dogs to watch. Here's a couple from each day that I think you can follow. Wednesday, race 1, number 7, Bert Ability. I think Bert will go straight to the front. He's a very speedy customer. I think he'll win. I'm really wrapped in this second tip. Race 5, number 7, Nyasaland Lass. It is absolutely bursting to win another race. Got up recently at long odds. I noticed at last start, absolutely airborne at the finish. It's a weak race, and I think Nyasaland Lass can win. Thursday night, we're going for Satanic Cash. He's back after a couple of Melbourne runs. He's up against 40-20 in the Stayers, only a small field, and I think in race 3, Satanic Cash can win. And the other one is race 6, number 1, Paramount Diva. They're the ones that we like coming up at Angle Park. Our guest interview for this week is Doug Frith, the trainer of a greyhound that's hit top form lately in Oak Melody. Welcome to In the Box Seat, Doug.
How are you, Ray?
I'm very well. It's a beautiful dog you've got there. I was looking at him on Monday night in the kennels, and he's a big giant thing, and he's got the old Roman nose. You don't see too many of those anymore.
No, you don't. Luckily, we had 2 in the litter that has Roman noses. Mm-hmm. His sister has a Roman nose as well as him, so yeah, we were pretty lucky, and I'm happy to have a Roman nose dog. I think they turn out good race dogs.
I remember I had one years ago, Cosmo Quick, and they said, they're great chasers, the ones with the Roman noses, but I think that's probably a bit of a myth, don't you?
No, I don't think so.
Well, you agree?
No, I agree with that. Yes, sure. Yep. Oh. They chase hard.
Well, Oak Melody, he's one of your own breed?
Yeah, he is. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. He's out of a bitch called Thump, and of course Oak Rhythm, which is a South Australian bred dog by Jason MacArthur. He bred that dog, and the dog ended up in Melbourne at a mate's place. Trained down there for quite some time, most of his career. He was a good city winner down there. Won a lot of races. George had a bit of a tragedy there in his life. Wife died, so the dog come to us to be trained. We won a lot of races with him, and I was impressed with him. So we used one of our bitches, of course, to breed with, and we got some good handy dogs out of him.
Well, he's a lovely galloper. You've been in the game a long time. Most of the people I interview have. We don't see a lot of new blokes in, but your family's always been in greyhounds.
Oh yeah, Mum and Dad had dogs years and years ago. Dad used to train from Murray Bridge years ago. All the uncles in Melbourne have had dogs. I've still got an uncle down there at the moment that's got a few dogs and mucks around with them. Doesn't do a lot, but yeah, no, pretty much all my life. Yeah, with dogs.
And the best one you and your parents had?
Oh, I think it was a dog called Fire Siren. I think that dog was probably the best he ever had. There was a lot of other good dogs that he had, but I think that one was a standout dog for him. Won a lot of races, Country, Strath, Melbourne. Yeah, he was a good dog for him.
And I believe too that your boys are getting into the greyhounds. One of them's a slipper at the coursing.
Actually, both of them.
All right.
Yeah, both
Very
of them slip out there. Yeah, they enjoy it. They love it. Just keeps it going out there and keeps people happy. It's good to have them involved in it. I mean, I don't course a lot of dogs, but they seem to love to get out there and help out and do their bit for the system. And coursing, of course, like we need to keep it going. It's just one of those old things.
Tradition.
Yeah, we need to keep it happening.
Now, those people watching, I dare you to try and pick the way that Doug earns his living. We get butchers, bakers and candlestick makers, but Doug, you're different to all the rest. I've never interviewed a greyhound trainer before who was an artist. I've interviewed a few that are bee artists, but you're a fair dinkum artist.
I am, yes. That started back, I suppose, 8 years ago. I was mucking around with a bloke from Broken Hill, and he said,
Not Pro Heart.
No, I wish. Yeah, I didn't get the opportunity to meet Pro. I would have liked to have. Yeah, my works are pretty much along the lines of his. Not as good, of course, but they seem to be going quite well, selling quite a lot.
You don't shoot paint out of cannons and all that sort of stuff, do you?
I've tried that, but the wife just got sick of cleaning up the bloody mess in the lounge. Yeah, she says that's enough. You can't do that anymore, and it doesn't work for you anyway. So, no, it's just small paintings we do. We don't sort of get into too much big stuff unless it's asked for. We've been getting a few of those actually lately, and it's a good thing to do. I enjoy doing it. Gets me away from the dogs for a little while too.
There you go, a talented greyhound trainer. Well, thanks very much, Doug, for talking with us, and good luck with your dogs in the future. And the way your current star's going, he looks like he's got a few more wins up the sleeve.
I think he has. I think he's going to go on with it, that dog. We're still mucking around with his sisters, and they're looking really good at the moment. I'm pretty happy with them. I think we went a bit early with them, so we've sort of backed off a bit on them. But look, they're showing good talent. We're going to have one ready, I think, in 3 weeks. Jumping Rhythm. She's a good beginner and a good strong little dog. Pointer Rhythm, I think he's something worth watching. I think he's as good as his brother. I guess a few weeks to maybe a month and a half, we'll see him sort of going around. So yeah, cross our fingers.
All right. Well, it's been a very different interview. Thank you very much, Doug, for being on In the Box Seat.
No worries, mate.
Good luck with your dogs, and good luck with the paintings as well. And as far as coming up with a winner, the In the Box Seat tip for the week is 0.2 over. Of course, he's a good dog. He's always been a good dog from the Harness Kennel. Came back from Melbourne with a good 600-metre win last week in 35.14. Pretty good time. And he's lining up again on Thursday night in a similar affair and should win again. Don't forget, go to grsa.com.au for all of your In the Box Seat information and to keep in touch with the greyhound game. All the best.